This video is sponsored by Movement Watches and Sunglasses. More on Movement at the end of the video.
Greetings, and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garyx Wormuloid. This week's artifact is Django Unchained, starring disabled musician Ray Charles and directed by podiatrist Quentin Tarantino as a prequel to his earlier movie, The Hitler Buddies. The film begins in Texas, just before the first of America's 7 civil wars. Our protagonist is King Schultz, an inexplicably German bounty hunter who buys an anthropomorphic piece of property named Django in order to give him a makeover.
You mean you want to dress like that?
Now sufficiently dolled up, they travel around from town to town spreading the gospel of getting shot in the face. At one point, an army of ghosts tries to stop them, but every good bounty hunter knows a ghost's greatest weakness: busters. Wabbit season sadly comes to an end, so rather than split up Earth's first ever interracial business friendship, Schultz decides to help reunite Django with his wife Broomhilda, another piece of property who is also German for absolutely no reason. They find her at a soup plantation called Candyland on the outskirts of the Peppermint Forest. Her owner, Calvin Candyland, is a real sportsman, in the sense that he likes to sit on a sofa watching grown men UFC each other to death. So Schultz and Django pretend to be interested in buying some of Calvin's living sports equipment for $12,000, which due to inflation equals about 89 quintillion blargatrons. They try to throw Broomhilda into the deal all casual-like, but Calvin's dad Stephen doesn't mess around when it comes to his hard-earned blargatrons. He correctly guesses that they know Broomhilda from before the opening credits started, so Calvin does the very reasonable thing of raising the price to match their demand.
What's it gonna be, Doc? Huh?
Good old-fashioned capitalism. They sign the revised contract, and everything works out great for everyone. End of movie. Right? Right? Oh, that's right, there hasn't been nearly enough human blood. Schultz decides his pride is the most valuable substance on Earth, even more than truffled petroleum. So rather than risk touching Calvin's greasy little arm claws, he chooses to get himself killed. Django is captured and sold to a Bitcoin mine with long hours and no health benefits.
They're gonna work you all day, every day.
On the way there, Django uses his graduate-level education to hoodwink some unsuspecting and entirely unnecessary Australians, then travels back through the molasses swamp to Candyland. He explodes everything without much conflict, and finally, he and Broomhilda ride off together on 2 land seahorses. Now, end of movie. Django Unchained is first and foremost a slavery revenge fantasy. White images stained with blood represent the vengeance wreaked upon white slavers, the 2 colors combining into a more pleasing pinkish hue. Violence against white people is frequently depicted in grotesque stylized detail. The massacre at Candyland is so cartoonish that we have no choice but to contract our diaphragms in a laughing manner. Like this. Ha ha. In contrast, violence against slaves is more realistic and often portrayed indirectly. In the climax of the pay-per-view UFC fight, the spilled gumballs serve as a proxy for blood and guts, and our diaphragms remain static as the killing strike is blocked from view. Like this. The horrifying scene where dogs rip D'Artagnan apart is mostly portrayed through reaction shots and Oscar-nominated sound editing. The film takes inspiration from widely disparate sources, from spaghetti westerns to ravioli blaxploitation films, all the way to German Spätzle.
Brunhilde is the name of a character in the most popular of all the German legends.
But at its heart, Django Unchained is an example of a revisionist western. Where traditional Hollywood westerns emphasized mythical American themes such as Manifest Destiny and calling people Pilgrim,
Take her easy there, Pilgrim.
revisionist westerns provided a different perspective, addressing the exploitation of Native Americans and the decline of the cowboy era in light of industrialization. Django Unchained takes aim at slavery's power structures by showing that they were perpetuated by frauds. Big Daddy initially makes a big fuss about a black man riding one of Allah's creatures on his land, which threatens to undercut his dominion.
He's a free man. He can ride what he pleases.
Not on my property.
But he immediately caves when Schultz offers him a financial teat from whence he can suckle.
I have
5,000 things I might say that could change your mind.
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Calvin pretends to be a James Francophile,
He is a bit of a Francophile.
which reflects his opinion that he's better than everyone else. In reality, he's just another ignorant hick with the hots for his sister.
C'est cela qu'il préfère.
He doesn't speak French. Don't speak French to him. It'll embarrass him.
Schultz and Django are able to easily infiltrate these power structures by using the very illusions that reinforce them. Plus, money. Schultz plays the genteel dentist to put people at ease with Novocaine and gain the element of surprise.
What kind of dentist are you?
I haven't practiced dentistry in 5 years.
After Django is captured, he is able to convince his captors not only to release him, but to arm him.
Why don't you give him your gun and gun belt?
Because they assume the power structures protecting immigrants in America will hold. And they did hold. At least until America was met with the greatest immigrant of all, an asteroid made of dark matter. For Earthling Cinema, I'm Garyx Wormuloid. The South Pole will rise again.
Hey Wisecrack, it's Garyx's intern Jared again. Mr. Wormuloid's eyebrows probably already tipped you off, but looking good is important to everyone at Earthling Cinema. If you decided it's time to step up your style game with a new watch or a new pair of sunglasses, you gotta check out Movement. And if you're one of the first 200 Wisecrack fans to make a purchase at mvmt.com/wisecrack using the offer code Wisecrack, you'll get $15 off your purchase. Movement was founded on the simple idea that style shouldn't break the bank. With their classic minimalist design and quality construction, Movement's watches keep you on time and in style, all starting at $95. And their sunglasses are just cool. They're lightweight, handmade, and start at $70 with the option to polarize most pairs. So head over to mvmt.com/wisecrack or click the link in the description. Be sure to use the discount code Wisecrack to get $15 off your purchase. Free shipping and returns are included, so join the movement. Thanks to Movement for sponsoring this video. And a huge thank you to all our subscribers for joining our movement. We just hit 2 million subs and we're losing our goddamn minds. It's amazing. Thank you for all the support. It means a ton. Catch y'all next time. Peace.